What's up? I am up on Last Chaos. Still farming what I'm farming for. My day's been pretty good. It was the last day of the week for me. You can always leave a comment if you wish or whatever. Needless pain that makes you feel ashamed. When you have control, when it is to end, it is your choice. When do you choose for it to end? Needless suffering. You are greater than suffering. Pain that makes your lip quiver, even in thoughts. If it might release from your mouth in a tiny sliver. Confiding in another could give you joy if it's only but a sliver. For there is no need to quiver. Needless pain. Unless you do what you need to make it not remain. It has been your choice how long it has stayed. You never know your day could have been made. Instead of being filled with pain. Hope for when the pain does not stay. Maybe this could possibly make your day. Or maybe knowing what you can and cannot change. Suffering so deep that it has roots that run extremely deep. Everything similar that you see causes more pain than what it needs. Not trying to make what you have suffered less than what it is. By not doing things to make it go away, you only make it bigger upon that day. Pain that dwells deep. Pain that bothers you when you're awake or asleep. Suffering that makes it hard to operate. Maybe it's hard for you to trust. Maybe it's hard because of the suffering you feel from one you trust. But it is needless. Because you're strong enough. to do as what's needed. It may be hard to do as what you needed, but every waking hour you wait, the bigger becomes the pain and the hate. Tick tick goes the clock. You only have a certain amount of time allotted in this spot. Why would you choose not to tell one that you've had enough of what they do? Or tell someone of what was done. Get it off your mind so it cannot come back. And if it does, you have one to make it flee when it comes back. No matter how big it is. There's always a way to make it smaller upon that day. Even if it is by a few words you say to another, regardless who it is. Or you can do artistic expression, or something in the lines of that. There are quite a few that have learned to deal with what they do by doing that. Sometimes it just takes a minute to recharge. But the task is not too large. Needless suffering. Pain that is you choosing to suffer through that instead of finding a way to get rid of that. Of course, maybe you don't know how. What is it that makes you happy? That makes it go away now? Try to do that. As long as it's good, of course. From the inside, it boils and becomes bigger. With every day and every hour, it becomes bigger. The sooner you deal with it, the easier it is. The longer it sits, the bigger it is. It may go away for some time, but then it will become bigger upon the next time. Suffering is not a good way to live. You have multiple times of happiness in between the times of sadness. Of course, that's how life is. But it's always in the back of your mind. Maybe seeing someone act a certain way can trigger something from within. And that's all she wrote. I realize some things, such as certain types of suffering, is hard to get past. May take time. But it is up to you how long the time. Needless suffering, the pain you feel is pain that is in vain. So why do you choose to feel? Worrying about things you cannot control. But getting rid of the suffering is one thing you can control. Or at least find ways to deal with it, that is. Suffering sometimes affects your body in ways that make it hard to operate as well. Do you know why it is that way as well? It's fairly easy to explain, actually. You are reliving the experience. More than likely, your body was in a fight or flight response. Adrenaline goes. Some people cannot handle adrenaline as well as others. So your body automatically goes into defending itself. However that is. But at moments like this, is there anything you can control and cannot control at that point? Name them out. Subconsciously, your mind changes. Adrenaline stops going. All of a sudden, you can operate. Just continue to name out what you need to name out until it's gone. You can even name out what you can't. That's one way you can avoid that kind of situation. Doesn't work for everyone, but it's a good start. It's kind of like counting to 10. Probably one of the most important things you can do is speak to a friend. Though, I will say this. It's actually better in certain situations not to speak to a friend at all. Someone unassociated with, because then they do not have prejudice. That could be some advice on handling this. It just matters how you choose to use all this. Here's the thing about it with the subconscious. The adrenaline is subconscious as well. There are few that can choose to pump themselves up, though, as far as that goes. Some don't have that control, though. It's kind of interesting to know, to show how the pain can go. Or if that situation comes up again, just use what you can control and not control again. By not allowing yourself to be in that situation would probably be the better end. Needless suffering and pain. One that could have been gone days ago, or weeks ago, maybe years or decades ago. But every time it shows again, bigger it is than it was again. Until you say, this must end.